على الآيات والذكر وفي فيض من العطر هنا رمضان مدرسة تنير مآثر الفكر
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Ramadan Eats the Shazeats. Replenish your energy levels by eating a healthy and balanced iftar. Eating 3 dates to break your fast is a traditional healthy way to begin the iftar. Dates are an excellent source of fiber. Incorporate plenty of vegetables to provide the body with vital vitamins and nutrients. Choose whole grains, which promote the body with energy and fiber. Enjoy grilled and baked lean meat, skinless chicken and fish to get a good portion of protein. In general, avoid fried and processed food, high fats and sugar, and enjoy your food and your iftar slowly, and so that you avoid overeating and you are mindful about the choices that you make. So today we are going to be making a dal soup. Now this dal soup is not an Indian dal soup. It is a Turkish North African dal soup, and it is often accompanied by prawns that are first marinated and that are grilled on the stove or baked in the oven. So these are my prawns, and all I'm going to do is add in some fish spice, which has got a little bit of turmeric, so that goes in, a little bit of salt, and I've got some lemon juice. And I'm just going to marinate this for a little while, and I'm just going to forget about it while we get a start on the dal soup. So we're going to go over to the stove area and we're going to start the dal soup on the go. This soup I've often had in Turkey, and they usually have it as a starter with some pita bread or the lafa breads. I've added some olive oil to start off with, and to the olive oil I'm going to add in some red onion. Red onion is a little sweeter in taste than the white onion. So I've added in the red onions, which I'm going to let braise in the olive oil. To that, I've got some chopped red chili and some green chili that goes in. I've got some mustard seeds that goes in. I've got some ginger. I'm going to put the garlic in a little bit later, because when garlic cooks and burns, it keeps a very bitter taste, and I don't want that bitter taste with the onions and in the soup. So you just let the onions glisten and everything else just come together. And I'm going to add my tomatoes. And I'm just going to let this cook down a little bit. I'm also going to add in some dried chili flakes at this stage. And I'm going to add in some salt, a couple of teaspoons. And you let this cook for around 5 minutes. Here I've got 1 cup of yellow split pea dal, which I've just boiled up. It's not completely cooked, but it's 3/4 cooked. And that's going to now be added into the tomato base over here. We're going to top it up with some stock, and you just let this cook for around 10 to 15 minutes, and then you blitz it up, and you have a lovely, fibrous, rich dal soup that you can keep for days, and you can have some grilled protein on the side with it. So, going to add in the yellow split pea dal. It's really just boiled with water until the water has been soaked up. I haven't steamed the dal like I would have usually with masalas and stuff if you're cooking it in a normal way. Now I'm going to stir this in with the tomato. So tomatoes, and now I'm just going to add in my vegetable stock. Just make sure you cover all the dal. And all you do is let it simmer and boil up for the next 15 minutes. And we'll whiz that up later on. Okay, so while this is happening, we're going to go back to our prawns and grill the prawns. The prawns have been marinating for the last 20 minutes or so with some fish spice and lemon juice, and I'm going to put them onto a skewer. Now, in South Africa, it's not quite common that many people make seafood or prawns, but in places like Turkey, Bangladesh, Thailand, Indonesia, where there are huge Muslim communities, prawns and seafood is their main source of protein. So I suppose there's different rules in different areas of the world, and people go with what's with tradition and what they don't have. But if you are bored of having meat and chicken the whole month, this is a nice twist in having something different once in a while. So the skewers have like 4 to 5 prawns on each, and I'm taking it onto my grill press. You can either put some olive oil or you can spray and cook. And you simply put the prawns on top. Now, prawns don't take very long at all to cook, literally a few minutes once it's closed. The prawns are done now. I've actually moved them around on both sides. There's a little brown flare. You don't want to overcook them because then they start tasting a little bit rubbery. I would also suggest that you do this just a little bit before iftar so they're nice and fresh and warm. I'm going to put them onto my platter over here. And I'm just going to garnish with a little bit of coriander. So the prawn part of this dish is done, the protein part. I'm going to go back to the soup. It should be done, and all it needs is a good whiz, and that also gets a garnish of coriander. So this yellow split pea dal has been cooking in the broth for the last 15 minutes. It doesn't take no time at all. It can be done while you're doing the prawns, and all I'm going to do now is whiz it up. You can also alternatively put it through a liquidizer. I just like using the Braun Multi-Quick 9 to blizz these things, the soups up. I've got some lemon juice over here. I'm going to add that through to give it some tartness. Now it's entirely up to you if you want to keep a few chunks of dal or completely puree it up. I like to keep a little bit of texture, so you can see bits of the tomato, a little bit of the onion, and you can see the dal. But it is a soup consistency. So I'm going to dish this up, garnish with some coriander, the prawns on the side, and you're done. A very quick, healthy, nutritious, fibrous dal soup. All this soup needs is a good garnish of coriander. This soup is really easy and simple to make up. It doesn't take much time at all. So if you are in a rush and you are a little bit short on time, this is a great way of getting a good meal with protein and a good fibrous dish in. Serving time, a squeeze of lemon juice on the top. You can make a big batch and it can last for days, and very filling for iftar. Ramadan Eats with Shazeats. Enjoy.